It's a busy day here in Aurelio Ferrazza's restaurant. This entrepreneur relies on a team of about 15 employees. Mainly Italians, but not only. Given the short supply of local staff, Aurelio has taken on several foreign workers.
There's a widespread shortage of labour in Italy. We can't find Italian staff, whether it's working in the kitchen or in front of house, and so I'm obliged to look for foreigners to help.
28-year-old Hassan comes from Mogadishu in Somalia. He crossed the Mediterranean in 2016. He's been working hard in the kitchen since last year.
What interests me is to learn all the different skills used in restaurants. I'm learning a lot here. I want to be trained. I want to learn how to cook. One day, I want to be a professional chef.
Aurelio also has a farm of about 130 hectares, part of which is run by a cooperative of immigrants. This year, he's planning to take advantage of a new decree to help in his search for farm workers. The Italian government has announced it will grant some 83,000 work visas over the next few months, nearly 13,000 more than in 2022.
It's a great opportunity, this decree, because it will allow us to look elsewhere for workers that we can't find here in Italy. Labour recruitment can no longer be restricted to the local area. We have to expand to other countries.
This morning, Aurelio has come to make an official request in the offices of one of the Italian agricultural confederations. When applying for a resident permit for a worker from abroad, every business owner must supply a work contract and prove that the company is financially stable.
Should the worker not fulfill the conditions required to stay in Italy, the employer has to pay the costs for the worker to return to his country.
Workers from about 30 countries are eligible, like Algeria, Tunisia or Senegal. 280,000 requests have been registered, an indication of the widespread labour shortages in Italy.
It's not enough. We need more workers, many more than the announced quotas. At least 100,000 more than the number that's been given in the decree.
Italy's Ministry of the Interior is considering increasing these quotas. It's a way for the government to encourage legal entry into the country, one of the pillars of the immigration policy of the current government, who wants to simultaneously discourage illegal immigration across the Mediterranean.
We have to limit the boats crossing the Mediterranean. Europe is fundamental, and it must help us protect European borders. More crossings means more deaths at sea.
Since last January, some 40,000 migrants arrived in Italy, having left Africa by sea. This is 4 times more than during the same period last year. In the face of this influx, the Italian government declared a 6-month state of emergency on immigration. €5 million will be made available in order to create more reception centres and free up space in existing centres, like this one on the island of Lampedusa.
People that arrive here first have a period of quarantine and then either go through the reception circuit or are sent back. That's decided depending on their past.
This morning, 30 associations are demonstrating a few steps from Parliament, sending a message to senators who are considering a tougher stance on the rules for the allocation of humanitarian visas and the increase in deportations of immigrants not eligible for asylum.
If the number of illegal immigrants increases, so does exploitation, undeclared jobs and tax evasion. It's all fine and well wanting to send them all home, but the truth is they won't leave, they'll stay here. It's in everyone's interest that these people have a residence permit and pay taxes.
Mamadou is originally from the Ivory Coast. He crossed the Mediterranean in 2008. Today, he's concerned by the Italian government's plan to increase the number of deportation centres.
Deportation is not the solution. The solution is to allow people who live here for 10 or 15 years to integrate into society. That's most important, because deportations cost the government more. And Italy has never managed to organise expulsions.
In 2022, the government deported 8,000 people. According to recent estimations, there are nearly 500,000 illegal immigrants currently in Italy.